Artificial intelligence has completely disrupted the technology industry, and it's especially disrupted the role of data analysts, data engineers, and data scientists. In this video, I'm going to cover what the data analyst role used to look like and what it looks like today with this new AI technology. High level, the role of the data analyst is to provide the business with insights, with data to make decisions to drive the right actions and right outcomes. A lot of companies now have what they call a data mesh structure, where the analyst doesn't sit directly within the team, they sit in a central data analytics team, but they align directly to those operational teams. So you'll see a dedicated analyst committed to the marketing team, a dedicated analyst to finance, a dedicated operations analyst, for example. And potentially you have other analysts who will have a one-to-one relationship with their stakeholder. And the role of the analyst really is to support that stakeholder with any of their data needs. So looking at the example of marketing, the marketing team is responsible for the campaigns, the design of the campaigns, the timing, and any decisions related to the campaigns themselves. They would have a dedicated marketing analyst who would pull data to help them make the right decisions. That data would help answer questions like, what kind of campaigns perform best? Do we see any seasonality? How have our previous campaigns performed? And is it performing in the way we were hoping? These teams work hand in hand to make sure that they make the right decisions for the business. The marketing analyst wouldn't be able to do their job without the marketing team, and vice versa. The marketing team needs that analyst to help them make the right decisions. Now, how has this all changed since we've seen AI come into play? Well, before, the marketing analyst probably got a lot of quick questions from the business. Quick questions could be things like, how many campaigns did we run last month? What were the total number of impressions we got? How did that perform relative to our target? That analyst probably didn't want to receive so many of these quick questions, so they would build dashboards so the business could answer those questions themselves. So a good part of that analyst time was also spent building dashboards. And of course, there would be meetings where teams would discuss what the priorities were, what the objectives were, what kind of data they were going to look at. So those meetings took up some of the analyst time. They would have some time on their own to be proactive and look into some recommendations, some insights on their own, but also writing down definitions for how to calculate the metric. Now with AI, everything has changed. AI has made it possible for us to document, summarize, and pull data faster than ever before. And as a result, the role of the analyst has changed as well. In today's world, the majority of an analyst's time is now spent building those AI agents. Think of it like onboarding someone new onto your team. You need to transfer that information to make sure that they know what they're looking at. You need to teach them and educate them on the kind of metrics that are important to you and the kind of questions they might be receiving. And of course, you need to check their work, that when they do answer those questions, they're giving the right answer and giving them feedback to make sure they can improve the next time around. So that portion of documentation where analysts used to spend the least amount of time has now grown. This is what a lot of companies are calling their knowledge base. This is where the AI agents can always reference to find answers that they're looking for. Things like context, explaining the types of metrics they're looking for and why those are important, the types of seasonality that could be impacting them. And it's really important that this knowledge base is constantly refreshed, constantly new, so that the AI agent has the right form of reference. So what a lot of companies are now doing is they're having the knowledge base be a shared responsibility by everyone on the team. The analysts are updating the documentation from the data side, and the business is also updating the context that's needed as well for the AI to reference. This, of course, is a huge undertaking for the analytics team to be responsible for that AI agent's performance. But that undertaking also removes a lot of the other work that they used to do. Instead of having to answer all of those quick questions themselves, that AI agent is now a direct resource for those teams. Instead of having to build all those dashboards themselves, again, the AI agent can do it in just seconds using natural language. So the analyst role, which used to be somewhat technical, building dashboards in Tableau or Looker or another BI tool, or writing code in SQL, Python, or another language, can now be done using an AI agent and you can actually write this code using natural language. Now, as I mentioned before, it's still the responsibility of the analyst to review the work of the agent, which means they might be reviewing code or back-end data to validate that it's correct. So that technical knowledge is still essential for the success of the analyst role. It just looks a lot different now. Instead of creating from zero, they're editing from an already created product. Now, those team meetings are still an important opportunity for alignment, but they're becoming even more important than before because the analyst is the connector between the AI agent and the business. You see, the AI agent cannot build relationships and encourage and influence them to take the right action. They only respond to what was asked. It's the analyst role to play that bridge and influence the right decision to be made. The art of influencing is not an easy one. It requires relationships, trust, good communication, and above all, the ability to negotiate a bit. This is not something that traditionally the analyst roles were trained on. These analysts typically have degrees in computer science or more technical roles, but these skills will be essential for the success of the analysts of the future. If you're interested in learning more about the importance of business acumen skills, like executive communication and influencing without authority, check out the link in the description of this video. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.